Welcome to Elle McFarland's Kitchen. We're making Sunday gravy from the Ready or Not cookbook by Michelle Tam and Henry Fong. Here are the ingredients that we'll need today. I've cut up carrots, onions, and celery. I have placed 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in a heavy bottom pot, and I am going to place my vegetables in this pot. My goal is to sweat down these vegetables to get the onions where they are translucent. Here I've added a 1/4 cup of tomato paste. I'm giving this a really good stir because I want to make sure that that tomato paste gets evenly distributed amongst the vegetables, and so that it has area to really cook and develop that rich and deep flavor that tomato paste can add to any recipe. I'm going to grab a few of those onions, those escapee artists. I want them to be a part of the party as well. Again, just giving it a good stir. The next thing that I'm adding here is I'm going to add 1 cup of chicken bone broth. Chicken stock or chicken broth works fine. I make my own chicken bone broth, and so I just added that to the pot. Mine as well, right? So now what I'm doing is giving that a good stir. I want to scrape up those brown bits. Those brown bits are not burnt, they are flavor, so make sure they are a part of the party. I'm giving you a close-up view here. Oh, and I fogged it up. So what I'm going to do is get this wiped down, and I'm going to use my little purple shirt because I want to make sure that you don't miss a thing. The next thing that I'm going to add here is 3 cans of 28-ounce San Marzano tomatoes. What I did is I placed them in a bowl and I crushed those up so that it makes kind of like a chunky tomato sauce. And then I'm going to add those to my vegetables and my tomato paste. Now what I would like to say is I should have added 6 cloves of crushed garlic as well as 2 bay leaves, but I forgot to add them at this point. They do get added later, but unfortunately they're added off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a good stir. Get all those vegetables stirred throughout the tomatoes there. Here is where I've added the meat that is a part of this wonderful sauce. There's boneless country style ribs, Italian sausage, and I'm showing you here the flank steak. Now in the recipe they do use sausage links, but I did not have sausage links. I just had the ground sausage. I'm adding my seasoning here. It's oregano, salt, black pepper, and crushed red pepper. I think in the future I would add a little bit more seasoning, especially some additional crushed red pepper. I think it could have had just a little bit more of a kick. Giving that a good stir. Now what I've done here is just placed a lid on top of the pot, and I've left about just 1 inch of space so to make sure that the steam can escape. Now the great thing about this recipe is it's finished in the oven. So you want to make sure that you have an oven safe pot that you can put in the oven. Now the temperature on the oven is only 300 degrees, so I think most pots will be okay, but you don't want to put anything that might not be heat safe or oven safe, so be sure to get an oven safe pot to use. Again, showing you 300 degrees on the oven. I'm going to set my timer, and I'm going to set this for 3 hours. I love this. This is like the first set it and forget it device, I believe. And boy, let me tell you, the house smelled like an Italian mama's kitchen. Once it's finished, you pull your pot out of the oven and you take your country style ribs and your flank steak. You chop those up and shred those up. If you had sausage links, you would cut those up into bite-sized pieces, and you would put that all back into the pot. Now what you won't see is that I've chopped up some basil and Italian parsley as well and added it to the pot with the meat. Here is the finished product. It was great. Now, I wouldn't say it was our favorite, but we would try it again. What I'm looking forward to is adding this to future recipes throughout the week. Thank you for hanging out with me. Enjoy.